Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the light heavyweight bout between Tafon Nchukwi versus Azamat Murzakanov. And how I see this one right here, so Nchukwi is like 6 feet 6'1", Azamat Murzakanov is 5'10", maybe 5'11", but I think he say 5'10". I think like he gave him like 3 inches of height, 3 inches of reach, and like 2 inches of height, I believe. Definitely giving up 3 inches of height, what, 5'10", 5'11". 6 feet. Well, that's like 2 inches. Yeah, it's 2 inches. Poor math skills on the side. Poor math skills. But anywho, I'm gonna go with Tafon Nchukwi in this one. I feel like he's still very young. What, he like 27, 26, or 27, something like that. So still very young in the game, and young in age. Not the most experienced, but I remember Khan as far as UFC or MMA, not the most experienced either. He like 10-0 or 11-0, and Nchukwi's like 5-1 or 6-1. But yeah, neither guy got great amount of experience as far as MMA. Murzakanov did some other forms of striking, other forms of this, some other forms of that. But yeah, I'm going Nchukwi in this one. But I feel like what Murzakanov style is like very, he's looking for that home run at all times. Overhands, minimum jab, overhands, maybe big hooks, maybe throw a high kick in there every now and then. But for the most part, I feel like the majority of the offense is big overhands and big hooks, and maybe every now and then a big uppercut. I feel like his most used strike will be the overhand. That's his most used strike, and he looks to bounce on his toes like a Machida a little bit, but a Machida that those overhands. Definitely not nowhere near as elusive or as good as Machida, but will bounce in and out. Look to draw and aggressive people. Like he did knock Ian Kudalaba out some striking competition. But Kudalaba never been a great striker, and his style kind of plays into his style. I think Kudalaba is much better now. I don't know if he would necessarily beat him now, but probably still could. But yeah, his style still could kind of fall into his wheelhouse, where he wants the guy to be aggressive coming forward, bounce in, lead them in, then when they come into the door, smack them with the overhand. That's the thing, and turn the lights out. Or crowd that space, draw out a reaction. Then I'll come up the door with the uppercut, or maybe throw a combination. Then when they react to the combination, the hand drop, close the door with a hook and knock him out or something like that. That's like his thing. Not the biggest arsenal, but very effective with what he does. But I feel like with Tafon Nchukwi, if he could keep his hands pretty high, move his head well, still a pretty young guy. He got a fresh chin. He ain't like a 35-year, 36-year-old guy that's been knocked out or been in these wars and chinny. So his chin should be the hold up. And I feel like he can push the better pace. The guy runs with like 5-10 miles every single day for like a guy that big. So cardio is definitely not an issue for him. Pacing has been a bit of an issue, but lately, like especially in his last fight and another fight, really his last fight was a crazy pace and was nonstop with that. So he could push a crazy pace and he could maintain that pace. And being younger, I feel like he could weather the storm. And given the fact that his opponent doesn't really have the greatest arsenal, I feel like he could roll with those shots, kind of take those shots, and then just constantly stay in his face and wear on him through the fight. And I think it'd be like a decision victory for Tafon Nchukwi, where Murzakanov looking for those big home run hitters early, and when they're not really landing or finding success or doing what he wants them to do, that takes a lot of energy out of you. Especially you rolling a shot, you overstand, you pull something, like that's not really a great style for, and level of competition he has been mediocre, as far as MMA wise, has been mediocre. So that same stuff, I don't know. I guess for him, the thing I would say for him is use the jab more than that would set up a strike, because his jab is very limited from what I've seen. Or use of his jab is powerful, but it's been very limited. On Nchukwi's side, head movement, foot movement, be on your toes. So when somebody doing a big shot, you can just you already bouncing, just bounce right away. Or even it kind of connects when you already bouncing, so you're moving away from the shot, the big overhand, and it's like landing with less power or barely at all. And you just let him keep winging those big shots, bounce in. Bounce in, throw a big shot, bounce out, then walking back down, touch him, let him load those shots up, bounce out, hit him a little he do overhand, slide, bounce, pop, just keep staying in his face, keep touching him, let him swing those big shots, angle off, tag him up. And yeah, that's the thing for him. Murzakanov more jab, Nchukwi on those toes, keep those hands up. It's not like he really dig the body too much or really dig the legs too much. The guy really just looking for head. He's looking for head, but yeah. So I expect Nchukwi really to get to the point of this prediction. Nchukwi to outlast Murzakanov, outpace Murzakanov, be able to weather his big shots, see his big shots coming, roll with them, counter them, and stay in his face and break it down over the course of the fight. Don't stop him, but I see him beating this. And I also think he'll use that height, that reach, and that size in that youth all against Murzakanov who's like 35 and be able to outwork him to a decision. So in this one, I got Tafon Nchukwi via decision.